Hello all, and welcome to a new segment. I'm calling it the Culturist. And the main purpose of this is to serve as kind of a placeholder for the Genshiken for right now. So I got my Always in Control t-shirt on, and my pants. Punisher pants. Punisher long pants. So let's get started. First book is on the list. No matter how you look at it, how I look at it, it's your guy's fault. I'm not popular. So this book is, there's no 5 for me. Anyway, let me read the back cover. Despite having made it to high school, actually, is this? Yeah, this is volume 2, okay. But I do have volume 1 in the stack. Okay, despite having made it to high school, her long-awaited promised land, poor Tomoko Kuroki continues to strike out with her peers and remains practically unpopular. And before she knows it, the first school term is nearly at its end. Can Tomoko manage to make at least some happy memories over the break? Plunge into one girl's summer of agony. It's by Yen Press, and the author is Nico Tanigawa. So this is based off an anime, I guess, or vice versa. The anime is based off of this, but it's called Watamoto, or Watamote, or something like that. So I read this, it was okay. Next on the list, Wonderland Chronicles, Book 2, by Ben Avery and Casey Haig. And it's a sequel to the first Wonderland Chronicles, which was a book I enjoyed. And the summary for this is: when Maid Mannering meets Jack Pumpkinhead of Oz and Cheshire Cat of Wonderland, they set out on a journey to explore what makes life on Earth so special, only to become targets of a group that is hunting visitors to our world. Can even the Wonderland Wizard of Oz save them? Collects the Oz/Wonderland Chronicles, Jack and Cat Special, and Jack and Cat Tales 1 to 3, along with character bios and plenty of extras. Suggested for ages 13 plus. So I thought it was a decent book. It's got really good artwork in it. Okay, a good example of some of it. There we go. We got a bikini scene with the Cheshire Cat blocking the 3 main girls. And May at the Mad Tea Party, wearing one of those Girl Gone Wild shirts, and Alice at a girls' Mad Tea Party. But other than that, it's fine. Next one I read is The Prelude, which is about this girl Sarah Helms, she basically encounters Alice and Dorothy, and things happen. She goes to Wonderland, she goes to Oz. Okay. Next one is Sword Art Online Progressive, which is, it's by arts by Kiseki Himura, original story Reki Kawahara, characters designed by Epic. It's part of the Sword Art Online series. This tells the story from Asuna's perspective, pretty much. And this covers the first boss battle and the first floor boss battle and the second floor boss battle. And the blacksmith's part of the blacksmith story. So I recommend the Sword Art series to anybody who likes fantasy anime and like Dot Hack, kind of Log Horizon is another good example. The next one is The Flowers of Evil by Shuzo Ashimi, which there we go, kind of see it. And this is volume 8. It's published by Vertical. And it's basically tells the story of this guy who he's empty inside, so he meets this girl, and this girl makes him feel not empty, but this girl is crazy, let's say, and she makes him do things that he wouldn't have otherwise done, but it makes him feel a little bit different. It like fills him up inside. So anyway, the girl goes and does something so crazy that it's off the rails, and then the story picks up a few years later to where the guy has moved away, he's in a different city, and he meets this other girl who writes and just stuff happens, okay? I don't recommend this unless you're interested, unless you've read the original Flowers of Evil by Charles Baudelaire, or if you are looking for a slightly weird story. Next one on the list, which has piqued my interest quite a bit, it's called Lullaby, and this is actually volume 2, called Power Grabber. The author is created by Hector Sevilla and Mike S. Miller, written by Ben Avery, edited by Mike S. Miller, art by Hector Sevilla, colors by Ulysses Areola and Teodoro Gonzalez, lettering by Bill Tortolini. So this is the story of another Alice, but this is Alice, Hand of the Queen of Hearts, along with the Piper's son and Jim Hawkins, who seems to have come out of the Peter Pan story, and Pinocchio, who was actually a wooden boy, got turned back into wood, and Little Red Riding Hood, who was built by a wolf, as she could turn into a wolf herself. And then we got the another character added into the story, who she's there on the back. She is the wielder of the Three Musketeers sword, except for D'Artagnan. But I thought the art in this was really good. Here's a good example of the art and the thing that they fight for most of the book. It's basically this bag of holding that is sentient and eats things, and it's controlled by this raccoon, or fox I would say. So it eats most of the party, but then the piper plays a song while he is in the bag to bring all the people together who are in the bag, along with the Baba Yaga. And then the piper's, I won't say magic, but his influence is so strong that he bursts open the bag, freeing everybody in the bag, and then the magician, the wizard who was using the fox as his assistant, shows up, and they have kind of a little bit of a clash. But this is one that I recommend. I will be getting Volume 1 and the following novels. The next book is called Trickster. Native American Tales, a graphic collection. And all the barcodes on the side, that means they come from a library, which I recommend. This is actually edited by artist Matt Dembicki. It's basically a collection of Native American tales told in graphic novel form. And some of them are okay, some of them aren't so good. But it's an okay book if you're researching that kind of stuff. Then we got It's You Guys. Yeah, no matter how I look at it, it's your guys' fault I'm not popular. This is Volume 1, the beginning of her story. She's in middle school, I believe. No, this is where she's in high school. Sword Art Online Phantom Bullet, another part of the Sword Art series. This is number 5, they're calling it, but it's not. It would be. Oh yeah, it is number 5. Okay, but this is just the text-based novel, which basically goes into the details of what happens once he transfers over to once Kirito, the main character, transfers over to the bullet game, to the gun game. Alright, so then we got another one that's interesting. Is it wrong to pick up girls in a dungeon? Volume 1. With the two main characters, the goddess and Belle Crinell. Belle Crinell Sounds like a character that could be in a Tales game. Pretty much. The author is Fujino Omori. Illustrations by Suzuhito Yasuda. And it's a text-based version of it. I have read the manga. I haven't watched the anime yet. But so far, I'm kind of liking it. The way the way the story's set up. Basically, there's this town that's like it's a labyrinth town, and underneath the labyrinth town is a dungeon where adventurers go down there to slay beasts, and the gods and goddesses have families, and they support the families by giving them blessings, in which the gods and goddesses spill blood onto their family's back, and then write the stats of the person onto their back, and their abilities and their magic if they have any. But the reason Bell is so important is because his ability it's called Realis Phrase, I think. Yeah, Realis Phrase. So his skill is rapid growth. Continued desire results in continued growth, and the desire is from this one girl that he met while in the dungeon. And stronger desire results in stronger growth. So his status at the end of this book is strength rank E, which is 403, defense rank H, which is 193, utility rank E, 412, agility rank D, 521, and he has no magic yet. But I'm thinking that he's gonna get magic.
Hey.
But
I'm leaving.
So basically how you raise your status is by fighting the monsters, and this is based out of a 999 account, or amount is the maximum. But I'm thinking that he's probably going to go above that, and he's only level 1 and he has these stats. So alright, and the final book that I've read for this week, Young Avengers Family Matters. Now, the reason that I'm reading this series is because I like these characters. The specific ones in this book are the Iron Patriot, Hawkeye, well, young Hawkeye, Stature, otherwise known as Cassie Lang, which, if you recognize the last name Lang, that she's the daughter of Scott Lang, who was portrayed in the Ant-Man movie by Paul Rudd. And it's got, he calls himself the Hulkling, but he's a half Squall, half Kree. And then Wiccan, who is basically, he's a wizard slash magician. So this is their story of what the Captain America pretty much just told them to not be together. So they are still debating over this. And it turns out that the Iron Patriot doesn't actually have any powers. He's getting his powers from MGH, mutant growth hormone, which he takes from bad guys who are selling. Blah, blah, blah. Okay. The Kree and the Squall come back to Earth to try to get the Hulkling to come back with them, and he doesn't want to, so there's a huge fight, and then it's resolved, pretty much. But the other, they have another addition to their team called Speed. Yep, Speed. Who's basically Quicksilver. He's got super speed. The reason why I'm reading these is because at one point Cassie Lang dies, and I'm trying to figure out which graphic novel that happens in. If you know, or if you're aware of this, let me know down in the comments, because I really want to read that book. I know she dies against Dr. Doom, but I want to see the actual event. Alright, so moving on to the next thing. Got music. So recently a friend of mine went to a Tech9 concert, who Tech9 is one of the artists that I kind of like now, and he got me one of the CDs. This is the Compos Volume 2. So I've been listening to Compos Volume, Strangulation Volume, Collabos Volume 2, Collabos Volume 2, not Compos, Collabos. Those are two different words, two entirely different words. So I've been listening to that for all last week, and this is actually my copy of the which he was going to get signed, but wasn't able to. So the next thing that my friend let me borrow, Mayday, who is also under the Strange Music label. Mayday is Recognize and I could probably look at this one. Maybe not. Okay. I gotta actually look at the book. Oh, Burns. That's who it is. Burns and Recognize. And along with their drummer, who goes by the name of Anonymous, which is interesting. So I've also been listening to this one past week. I've been watching, let me look at my YouTube history. That would work. Alright, so I got exposed to people kept saying, talking about grade A under A, So I'm like, well, who is this guy? So I've been watching a couple of his videos, figure out who he is. I watched Bear Taffy play Enter the Gungeon, Part 18, Remain, which leads to an unfortunate death by him. I'm watching Rock Lee Smile play Momodora, Every Under the Moonlight, which so far is interesting. It's a Metroidvania game. Chris Raygun put out a new song this week called Ain't No Rest for the Triggered, the social justice the musical, which I enjoyed the song and I got it off of Bandcamp. I recommend to go to his YouTube to watch the video because it's a pretty good video. It's got really good art in it, and the JPEG for the video is pretty good. The artist, I recommend her. I watched Binding of Isaac, some of it. I watched BizNap, I watched Mathis Games, and I watched Northern Lion. I watched the Mega 64 podcast, episode 393, in which pretty much every episode involves them being dumb. I watched a couple of ETC dailies. I do watch Mr. Repsion. I recommend him. He's a cool person, cool dude. I watched an episode of Lost Paws, Where Are Those Tentacles Coming From? Episode 8, Baroku Girls, which I haven't been keeping up with this series because it actually does not look appealing to me, but I'm thinking I might go back and go through the playlist. A couple of videos I watched, I got reminded by some associates of mine about Hatsune and Miku, because so I was like, well, you know what, this is one of the songs I like, so I linked them to a couple of videos. Love is War, which I really like that song. We Like to Play, WII Like to Play, they posted a Mario Maker Monday, where they 4 of them participated in a Mario Maker race. Some good levels come out of it. Game Grumps is playing Ocarina of Time, and they're up to the no, they completed the Water Temple. They're up to the Shadow Temple. So, looking forward to that. Looking forward to keeping a go through. Mega 64 made a better Ghostbusters video off of $5, where Rocco played the main Ghostbuster and the rest of them played the ghosts. J.R.R. Tolkien, Epic Rap Battles, Season 5, J.R.R. Tolkien versus George R.R. Martin. I watched that. Last Week Tonight with John Oliver posted a video about scientific studies, how they're full of crap unless they have actual scientific proof backing them up, which I agree with that. Mathis has a new segment called Judge Mathis, and he judged Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines and Wolverine Adamantium Rage, which he raged at. I found interesting. So Mathis, if you watching this video are yeah, I know you're on a trip right now, but if you're watching this video, or if somebody tells you about this video, and you go right to this part, I will suggest to you, don't play Adamantium Rage, play Arcade's Revenge, because that is the far better X-Men game for Super Nintendo. I recommend it. You can play as Cyclops, you can play as Wolverine, you can play as Spider-Man, you can play as Storm, and it is an altogether better game than Adamantium Rage was. Oh, yeah, and Erica Fett, who some of you might recognize that name, she posted a video called Big Boobs Don't Equal Fake. It depends, you know. If it's a girl who gets a enlargement, it depends on how it's done. Silicone, that's fake, that's man-made. But if they use like other skin from your body, and it like skin from your intestines or skin from your stomach, and use that to enlarge your breasts, that means that they're not fake, because they're still using your skin. So I don't know. And I've still been watching JT Machinima posted a new Dark Souls 3, which is one of the games that came out within the past month or so. A new rap called Darkness Falling, which was okay. I did watch, I was a fan of Hut's gaming channel, because he's playing Binding of Isaac, but I participated in one of his Twitch streams, or I attended one of his Twitch streams. Let me get that clear. And he's pretty much a dick. So, Huts, stop being a dick. Hashtag shots fired. You're wearing those demon horns, and you wouldn't explain why. So I didn't even bother following him on Twitch. I actually unsubscribed from his YouTube channel, because he's changed. That's what it is. He's changed because of the fact that he has to focus that video games are his number one job now, instead of his previous job, along with doing this as a hobby. So, my advice, Mr. Hutz, go back and get a real job. Video gaming is not a real job. I will be the first one to admit that, even though that's what I'm trying to do. But it's better to have an actual real job and do this as a hobby than to have video gaming, YouTube video gaming, Twitch gaming as your job. I also recommend that to anybody else who watches this podcast. Just, I don't recommend it. And I believe... Oh, one important thing. Some of you may know, and if you don't, here's this update. I am now employed at a sushi restaurant, at a Japanese restaurant, a place that sells and serves Japanese food. So along with Japanese food, they sell sushi. Over the past week, I have finished the one page of their to-go menu of the sushi, the special rolls that they sell, and the regular rolls they sell. So I've had pretty much every type of sushi that they sell. One of the things that they sell is called a kiyomi roll, which is the name of the restaurant, Kiyomi. The kiyomi roll has coconut sauce on it. Coconut sauce. Coconut sauce. So I decided, because coconut sauce has now become my favorite food. It has it's taken nutty bars and broken them apart and tossed them into place number 2 or number 3, depending on how you look at it. Because nutty bars and root beer were my top 2. Now coconut sauce is my number 1. So I decided I would look up a recipe. I found a recipe. And then, lo and behold, the recipe is easy. It's easy. Easy coconut sauce. All you need is tapioca flour, tapioca starch, which I bought off of Amazon, and then salt, and then sugar, and then coconut milk, which I'll probably be buying from Walmart on Friday. And then I'm going to be making it, and I'm going to be posting a video of me making it, and me eating it, and it's going to be so great. So great. That's something to look forward to, you guys. Oh, and I subscribed to Jim Sterling, because Jim Sterling is apparently cool now. Or he was cool, he's still cool. But I don't know. The 2 specific videos I watched were Copyright Deadlock, which first of all, let me make one thing straight. The reason I started watching him is because of The No. The No covered a story on him where he posted a video review of Star Fox, but he threw in Metal Gear Solid 5 stuff, he threw in GTA 5 stuff, he threw in a song that nobody even, or not nobody knows, but is old, an old song, to basically have the corporations battle over who gets to monetize this video. So it turns out that Nintendo wasn't able to monetize it, Konami wasn't able to monetize it, Rockstar wasn't able to monetize it. Rockstar's okay with that though. They weren't really too involved in wanting to monetize the video. But who finally was able to monetize the video? The artist, or the person who owns the artist credit. So yeah, that's the music industry. Thank you, music industry, for deciding to copyright our videos. And then I watched ETC News, Ricky and Elliot. 2 great guys. 2 great guys. They and Shibby. Shibby's another great guy. I won't even. Yeah. The one guy, Drama Alert. You know what I'm talking about. K. Yeah, his name starts with K. And I believe that is pretty much it. So pretty much that will be how this goes. I will just discuss everything, all the culture that I've consumed over the past week, and we'll see how it goes from there. So yeah, those things up there, subscribe, like, comment, and if I'll be doing this every week pretty much as a holdout for the Genshiken, or as a placeholder for the Genshiken until the Genshiken gets started. So thank you for watching, thank you for listening, take care of yourselves, and have a great day.